My name's Ian Hughes, and I'm the founder of Vielo. So what makes our V+1 gravel bike so special, and how did it win that award of the best gravel bike in the world? Well, it all started back in 2017, 2018, when we were thinking about bikes for UK customers riding in UK riding conditions, what the trends were, what the market was doing. Um, Being forward thinking of what group set manufacturers were going to do. With my knowledge, 40 years experience in the bicycle trade, I have a pretty good understanding of products that are coming along down the line in the future. So we wanted to start off by making a gravel bike as future-proof as possible. So the first thing was that we knew a lot of the group set manufacturers were going wider than 10 or 11 speed, 12 speed, even 13 speed. So across the cassette range, that means really you're not going to need a double chainring. You can run a single chainring at the front, and you've got more than enough gears on a wide range cassette at the back. So that gave us the opportunity of developing our frame to carry just a single chainring and engineer the whole frame all around a one-by system. So as the down tube runs into the bottom bracket, we can now run that down tube profile completely symmetrical. And we know in computer simulations under FEA testing, that increases the bottom bracket stiffness quite considerably, in as much as 32%. And that's a real live number. No marketing bike BS. That's genuine. So what does that mean to the rider? That means a lot more pedaling efficiency. As soon as you start leaning on the pedals, that bike's going to accelerate very, very quickly. Next point, we knew that rim manufacturers and tire companies were going wider. So especially for the gravel market, we wanted to make sure that our frame could carry at least tire width of 50 millimeters and without having to go to a drop chainstay. So we're still running the whole frame stay completely parallel, more than enough width to run a 50 mil by 700C tire, single chainring, parallel chainstays and seat stays. And that was the overall concept of designing the V+1. So in terms of comfort and agility, let's just talk about comfort first of all for the rider. So by carrying that 50 mil tire width with that volume in the tire and the tire pressure running about 25, 30 PSI, that's going to soak up all the high frequency lumps and bumps coming up from the tarmac, the stones, the gravel surfaces, etc. Then we've introduced our seat stay and chain stay in this format. So a very, very slightly curved profile, a flat profile. So when the load is coming through here and here, we also provide some more compliance and comfort in this direction. And the same with the fork up front. We've designed the fork at the crown very, very stiff to take all the braking forces, and then down towards the tip, we've made that narrow profile, slightly less wide. And again, that just provides some flex and some comfort in this direction. So we're making the main frame very, very stiff. It's not twisting, it's not flexing. We can do that with various layup of the carbon fiber. And talking about carbon fiber and carbon composites, it's a very, very complex layup system that we use by a manufacturer who provides really, really high quality carbon fiber frame sets to our highest quality control systems as well. So we're very sure that everything that comes out of that factory is micron perfect. Color design, we don't do black, as you've probably seen by our website. We've always been very, very creative around the color, around the styling as well. That brings a lot of attraction from customers towards our bikes. And then it's all down to the detail. Lots and lots of detail in terms of our one-piece carbon and alloy bar stem combo. With our race edition bike, we can run all the brake hoses internal through an 1.5 inch, 1.1 inch headset. So it's really nice and neat and clean. We're not running brake hoses half in, half out of the system. And then in terms of group sets, is everything from SRAM, or their new 13-speed direct mount with UDH. So you've got SRAM Rival, SRAM Force, and SRAM Red. You can even mix and match those group sets together. Shimano, currently 12-speed, wireless. And of course, we've also got the new Campag Super Record 1x13 speed that'll fit this bike as well. So this is the new UDH frame, future-proofed for a long, long time. So you can choose any group set, any color frame, any size that you wish. And here's the really important thing in terms of sizing and fit. Something which we offer is a personal fitting system that we want to make sure when we deliver the bike to you, it fits you like a tailor-made suit. And the way we do that is either take the measurements from your current bike. We request you measure your bike at various points, send us those measurements back, and then we'll set a bike up here in our studio, or better still, a new bike fit. So if you're investing in a bike like this, we more than suggest you get a current bike fit. From that data, we'll make sure the bar width is correct, the stem length is correct, the stack height is correct, crank length, all down to those variables. And of course, if you've got specific tires that you wish, or a specific saddle that you wish as well, we can accommodate all of those things. In a nutshell, that's the overall description of why the Vielo V+1 gravel bike has won Gravel Bike of the Year award. Future-proofing, this is going to last probably certainly for the next 2 to 3 years in terms of colorways and design. We don't do a model year. We don't do roll-in changes. And this is going to be a future-proof certainly for quite some considerable time. One of the key points about Vielo, and that I wanted to set up from the get-go, is an option for customers to speak to us direct. And you can do that via our website, Vielo.cc. On the bottom of the website is a little chat button, and that doesn't get through to a little AI person or a chatbot. That gets put through to either Trevor or myself, and you're talking to us live. And I always say there's no such thing as a daft question, either via the chat system or pick up the telephone, and we can talk things through for you. So we want to really present Vielo in an open and honest way. The bicycle market is full of many, many brands, many, many styles, and you've actually got the opportunity of coming, talking to the owners and developing and listening and buying the bike that you want for your choice.